The Nutcracker Ballet. It was Christmas Eve. Mary and her brother Fritz peeked into the living room. "Oh, I can't wait for the party to start," said Mary. At last the living room doors were opened, and the children rushed in. The Christmas tree was dazzling. Hundreds of tiny candles twinkled, sparkling decorations or candles hung from all the branches. Under the tree were so many presents. Soon the guests arrived. Aunts, uncles, cousins, and friends came carrying even more presents. Mary went to greet her godfather. He was an old-looking man. He was tall and thin. He wore a black patch over one eye and a frizzy white wig on his head. He looked magical and spooky, but he was a wonderful godfather. He always came with amazing toys that he had invented himself. This Christmas Eve, he came with a big red box and a bigger green box. He opened the red box and out stepped a very big toy soldier. Godfather turned the key on his back. Crank, crank, crank. The soldier marched along the loop. Left, right, left, right. As the key turned, he marched slower and slower. Then he jacked to a stop. Next, Godfather opened the green box and opened up to toy clown. They danced together. Everyone clapped in delight. Then Godfather looked under the tree. He picked up his present for Mary and gave it to her. It was a wooden nutcracker shaped like a little man. Mary knew at once that the nutcracker was special. His legs were too short. His head was too big. He wore a fine purple suit with brass buttons. On his head was a funny little hat. His eyes were kind and gentle. He had a white breath and a wonderful smile. Godfather watched Mary with a twinkle in his eyes. "It is a small gift," he said to her. Mary heard the nutcracker and said, "It is the present I love best of all." Then Prince grabbed the nutcracker from Mary. "What an ugly pillow," he said. He ran across the room. Mary ran after him. Prince put the biggest walnut into full nutcracker's mouth. Crack, crack, crack. 3 little wooden teeth fell out. "Stop it, Prince! You are not hunting him!" cried Mary. She took the nutcracker back and locked him in her arms. "I will protect you," she whispered, "forever." After the party was over and everyone was in bed, Mary could not sleep. She tiptoed downstairs into the dark living room. It was so quiet. And then, bang, bang, the grandmother's clock began striking midnight. Mary was surprised by the noise. She looked up at the tall clock. Suddenly she saw something strange at the top, something that was moving. Godfather was sitting on top of the clock. She peered down at Mary like an owl. "Godfather, you scared me!" cried Mary. But before she could say another word, the most amazing thing happened. The Christmas tree began to grow. They grew bigger and bigger and bigger. As the Christmas tree grew, the windows and toys and everything in the room grew within. Soon the toys were the same size as Mary. Mary watched in amazement. Suddenly she heard Squeak, squeak, squeak. Then she heard the feather of many feet. Dozens of tiny eyes glittered, and the darts all around her. Mary was surrounded by an army of huge mice. Out jumped the king of mice. He had 7 horrible heads, each is of golden crowns. He had out his sword and glared at Mary. "Where is Nutcracker?" he hissed. Mary would not tell him. The king of mice squeaked. He commanded to his armory, "Find Nutcracker." The door of the toy chest flew open. Out popped toys, leaders, puppets, and dolls that were led by Nutcracker. Now he was the same size as Mary. Trumpet blew. The battle began. He saw leading the army of toys. Sword crashed, cannon bombed. Nutcracker's army chased the mice. But more and more mice came. Nutcracker's army of toys were being better. Mice sooner did Nutcracker. The king of mice grabbed Nutcracker's sword. "Now I have you," he squeaked. Mary watched in horror. "Oh, my poor Nutcracker!" she cried. What could she do? She kicked her right huge hard as she could at the king of mice. Like magic, the mice were gone, every single one. Mary turned to look at the Nutcracker she loved, and before her eyes the funny-looking old Nutcracker became a handsome prince. He looked at Mary with his kind eyes and his wonderful smiles. "You saved my life. Now let me take you to my kingdom, the land of sweets." The prince led Mary out the window and into Christmas Wood. The snowflakes tasted like sugar, and little snow flowers danced all around them. Soon they came to the prince's palace. A beautiful lady greeted them. "She is the sugar plum fairy," the prince told Mary, "and now to the party." Mary and the prince went into the palace. They sat together on a gold throne in a castle room. All the people in the land of sweets afraid, or one by one they performed their special dance for the prince and Mary. From Spain came the dance to hot chocolate. An Arabian lady did the dance of coffee. Chinese dancers jumped out of a giant teapot and did a level dance. From Russia came the dancing candy can. From the came Mother Ginger and her little puppets. They ran out from under her skirts and did playful dance. Then all the flowers of the kingdom danced the waltz of the flowers. "I wish we could stay here forever," Mary said. "Yes," said the prince, "but now it is time to go on to other wonderful places." Mary and her Nutcracker prince stepped into the royal sled and waved goodbye. The sled rose slowly into the sky. Mary and the prince she had loved from the start when they had from sight. The end. Bye bye.